Don't want to be too quiet, do a mic check here, but also don't want it to capture too much extra noise. Hopefully that'll be good. Do wonder if my game sound is too loud sometimes. Maybe we drop that a bit. See how that goes. Right, now I'm going to forget a lot of things, I'm sure, but this will be interesting. Let's see if we can make some sense out of all of this. So I've changed the routing a little bit. These are some old splits from Glitched Creative 100% I did a while ago. So, let's get moving. I should have gone up the ladder, never mind. This is a terrible spawn for anything else, that's good. So I guess let's just start by building a bit of a base around here. And getting one of these in here. This is kind of a fun way to go about doing anything. So, what do I need? I'll need a scanner. I definitely need one of them. I'll need a repair tool. I'll need a laser cutter. I've got the other things. Let's build some of this stuff as well. I need that for the blueprint of the rebreather anyway, so that's good thinking. That I'll need an extra blue tablet. I'll need a couple of extra purple tablets because I don't want to have to collect everything. I may as well build the rebreather because why not? I'll also build the compass because that can be handy. Did I already build that? I already built it. No, I have two. Oh well. So I can get rid of... I should get out of my base before I start dropping things like floaters. So let's get rid of these. And the flashlight, because no one cares about that. And reassign these around so we have that in 1, that in 2, that in 3, that in 4. And then we'll put repair tool in 5 for now. No, laser cutter in 5 would be more useful probably most of the time. So, well, we can scan a floater. So that's a start. We should also repair the life pod while I'm thinking of it. Don't actually need to pick them up in creative, do I? Because you don't get the blueprint anyway. But whatever. Good thing is that until you start scanning something, things tend not to run away from you. Because they don't really know that you're there. I've been saying all sorts of things on, but I didn't see you arrive until just now, so welcome, welcome. Yeah, doing a bit of a meme run today. Well, it's not really, but this will be a bit of a fiesta, because I will definitely forget to do things. I will want the repair tool right now then. Which I can probably not have the knife equipped just at the moment. Do I even need the knife ever? I guess we'll keep it just in case. So, it is a long run indeed. Could be worse. I'm using some old splits for a glitched run, but I'm hoping that decent routing on this should mean that it's not too much longer. It should actually be underneath that particular time frame, especially since we're not doing the extra air catching or anything like that these days. I mean, I could, but I won't. Just complicates inventory. Ladder strat hype. I mean, you may as well. How can you say that you've 100% completed the game if you haven't gone up the ladder? I had a crash fish. That'll be this way probably. I want to scan a crash fish too, but... Scan the hoverfish. They're so cute. And scan these. Ladder is the best part of the whole story. I just love the noise that it makes too as you go up. The kind of vroom. Oh, disease doggo. That's actually super useful to know because I do need to cure something. But I probably won't be back here. I should also scan myself because why not? I gotta actually pick up the sulfur. Ah, that's right, that plant is a bit glitched, that's right. Never mind, moving on. Is there any hoop fish around here? I should pick up one of these because that does give me the creature egg databank. Hey, Hurricane. No hoop fish? Okay. Moving on. Brain coral. Some of the stuff I could actually scan later in the bulb zone while I'm just waiting for the radio message, to be honest, but never mind. That's also a very good point. I should actually be checking the radio fairly frequently. Thankfully, because it's creative, at any point I can just do this and this and check the radio. Should just cycle this through a few times. Once the light goes out, you can just deconstruct, reconstruct, and it immediately gives you the next message queued up. Right. So, making our way downtown, so to speak. There's a Gary fish. It's usually one of them hanging around somewhere. There we go. There's also certain boxes that will still appear that I need to be mindful of scanning because they will give the databank entry for something that even though I've already got the blueprints for. Rabbit ray egg. I kind of want to still pick things up and hatch other eggs, but theoretically we're tryharding this, so... Okay, so that one doesn't give anything extra, that's good to know. There's nothing else at this wreck, is there? No, normally you'd want to come here for the counter and maybe some beacons and grav trap pieces, but I've already got floaters scanned because creative. Let's come over this way. We still need to do the cave or the sulfur plant and the crash fish, so we'll come in here for that. Because there's usually some around here. Yep, so we can scan the crash fish. This is where I want the knife. Because now I can scan the plant. Good. So... onwards. Right, so over here we come. Mobile vehicle bay, I can't remember if that's one of the ones that gives the data bank or not. No, it's not. That's good to know. Not that I'll remember for next time. So now we come over this way. Ah, that reminds me. Drop the laser cutter and scan it. There we go. Hello, Biter. You're on the edge of your biome. Over we come to life pod 3. Grab the PDA from that. You do get a beacon to go there after spending a certain amount of time in the shallows, but we don't actually care about the beacons in this. That isn't one of the requirements. Let's pop in here. I do have the laser cutter, but I'll come in the side entrance anyway because it's quicker. Floodlight is one of those things that I can scan even though I know, simply to give me the data bank. There's no other boxes in here. Oh, there's the status rifle. Does that give me? Yes, that gives me the data bank. Yes, so that's one of the ones to be mindful of. Out we go. There's a hoopfish. Cool. Having the beacon for life pod 12 is actually quite nice. So now we come into here. There's some Reginalds. And spadefish. Sand sharks. I hate when they go into the grass like that. Come on. Oh, this one's up. Good. No, don't go down again. Yes, yes, go up. Thank you. God, you're annoying things. There we go. They are the worst. We'll actually dip down into here. For one, we can scan these. Also, I can probably split that shallows kelp thing. That's good radiation warning, not that it matters. Not good enough to swap and do all achievements. Beacons are super useful in the game, but not the be-all and end-all. You don't get one for life pod 6 at all, which is where we're about to go next. Spadefish eggs. There should be, here we go, some rock bugs, rock grubs, whatever. Oi, I was scanning that, you doofus. How rude. There we go. A rouge cradle. Always think of it as a rogue cradle. And sea crowns while I'm down here. Means I don't need to go down to the bottom of the aquarium if I don't want to. Up we come. Oh, I should have made myself the hatching enzyme actually, that's a good point. Maybe I'll do that while I'm waiting for life pods 4 message. Rude biter indeed. So life pod 6. Now, I can't remember if there's any PDAs in this wreck. I feel there isn't, and I also feel that you can get everything that's in it from elsewhere, but there's a scanner room fragment. But we'll pop in anyway. If nothing else, I'll remind myself what there is in here. There's the plant pots, that's true. That picture frame you can't scan, there's the light stick. There's a propulsion cannon, that's another one that gives a data bank entry. Go away, you silly map. Ugh. I really wish we could use mods. There's just 2 mods that I would really love to be able to use in speedruns. Actually 3, because there's one that apparently helps with multi-core processing to improve performance, which is something that's badly needed by the game. Those splits are quite messy. Those splits are extremely messy. Why am I even coming in here? These data boxes don't exist in creative. But I was wanting to check that there's no PDAs, so I could not remember, and I'd rather not have to come back. Good to know. Off we go. As in there's a lot of them. Well, yeah, basically I'm trying to have a split for certain points, you know, for lack of a better term. It's essentially ticking off each biome that you go to. So we've done kind of the intro bit with the shallows and the kelp forest. We'd just kind of breezed through that grassy plateau bit without actually doing much of the other grassing areas. Now we're into the mushrooms. I've lumped these two together. So there's a certain order of operations that's dictated purely by the routing. Obviously in creative you don't need to be quite as sensitive to the same sort of things that you need to in survival, where you need to also craft things, which means you need the blueprints at certain times. So we can not have to worry about that with this, at least. So what I probably want to do is, well, drop all of this rubbish for a start, and then change that to that and leave a slot open. And now we want to scan the enzyme peeper and pick up a couple of these, because we need to feed them to sick animals. And since you're here, Bone Shark, you're getting scanned too. There's another enzyme peeper. Cool. 2 is usually enough. But we do have inventory space, so we'll grab 3 for luck. Okay, now there's another radio message, cool. Now we'll do a bit of the CAA strats, in that we're going to come in here, we'll scan the shale while I think of it. And jump into this cave system, because there's a very special egg to get. A certain cute fish. Out we come. And we're actually going to do the strat of building the hatching thing here, because why not? Because we do come this way later on, so... So let's drop that fellow in here. So that's at 16, about 17 minutes. Not that it matters, because it'll take us a long time to get back here. Off we go. So now we enter into the bulb zone. So there's the life pod 3 beacon. So I've already visited that, but you get the beacon regardless, so that's fine. Even if we cared about the beacons. So now we're in the bulb zone. And I've not found a reliable physical trigger point for the life pod 4 radio message, which gives you the clue in your PDA databank. There's an II, cool. The only trigger I've found seems to be spending an indeterminate period of time in this zone. It's annoying that it doesn't seem to have any specific point that you can go to. It's not like just getting the message or going to life pod 12 or anything as simple as that. I thought it might be tied to where the radiation is, but it doesn't appear to be. So let's come in here because there's some PDAs to fetch. Whoop. Add an indoor grow bed to scan. Normally there's a data box there as well, that's why we also come down here. We could have just created the interior grow bed, to be honest. Probably would have been quicker, but whatever. So now we want to go down here. Oh, we can split that from the mushrooms as well. come in here, crack open the door. I do believe there's a PDA on the other side. Just so. I already have Lightstick databank, don't I? Yeah. Up we come, and that's this rig ticked off the list. Ah, excellent. A diseased animal. Hey, bone shark, bone shark, bone shark. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, it won't eat from my hand because of creative. Hopefully it got its attention. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Ah, it must have nibbled. Yep, species with symptoms inhibited. Maybe it does work from your hand. Or it just needs to be in proximity or something. It's quite useful. Life pod 12. Hello there. Mesmer. We'll scan you. There's a giant bulb bush to scan here. Did I miss you anything interesting? That depends on your definition of interesting. We are currently waiting for the radio message to be received from spending a certain period of time in the bulb zone. So I've received the biome message, just in case that helps. That's good to know. There's a time capsule. We'll scan it. Not allowed to pick it up, but fairly sure you get the blueprints from the time capsule when you get the rocket blueprint from the Aurora, but it's nice to have. And there's this wreck over here. We come in here for one particular reason. And that's because there is one databank that spawns into the game even in creative. And it gives you the databank entry for the still suit. There is another one as well, I can't remember which one it is. MPL, you appear to be stuck. That might make it easier for me to scan you. Nope, he got unstuck. Never mind. That's good. Now we've done a giant bulb, haven't we? Is there anything left to do in this biome? I think I might have run out of things to do while I'm wasting time. It's alright, we'll head back closer to where I left my base. And I guess we wait until we get a little radio message pop up. Was there anything else in the caves around here? I don't think there's uraninite around here. Maybe there is some. We'll take a look in the caves over here. It's convenient there's a few brain corals around when you're exploring around here casually. You can rely on them to just kind of hop between them. It takes a while to fill up between, but can be useful. Ah, here we go. There's the spotted dockleaf, of course. There's a mesmer egg, just in case I really wanted to. There's no uraninite or anything. This next cave's over, I guess. Oh, I think we just go back to that. Over here. Oh no, because we need to stay in this biome specifically. Guess we'll just build another little bit here. That. While I'm waiting, I'll build the enzyme because I forgot to earlier. What else do I need? Let's equip that now because there's Mabel nearby. I may as well scan her. Life pod 4 message, please. Can't remember where it is that you get warped. If you use the command to warp to the bulb zone, I believe it places you somewhere between two of the giant bulb bushes. I guess we could just go down slightly into the Lost River here. There's no reason not to. Can scan a few of the things down there as well. Though once we swap over into biomes, it'll probably give me a different message. You get one of the warper messages when you cross into the Lost River, I believe. Do I have any signs of infection yet? No. So there's the warpers, so that's when you start getting messages related to them. Cave bush, sure. There's the ice stalk, sure. So that'll be the warper message probably. That was interesting. Box. Now I've got to wait for him to reappear for the scan to continue. You pretty much have to time it that you start scanning them as soon as they warp in. And then you can get a scan off. Okay, so now we're in the mountains biome technically. Which means if I scan myself, there we go, now I'm infected. Now, are you the same warper from before? Don't know, but starting from the start again anyway. Status rifle doesn't help because it doesn't block their ability to teleport. Now, I'm actually going to build moonpool and radio here while I'm in this biome because I saw another message pop up. And if the LifePod 4 message actually comes up in other biomes, it'll be good to know. So that's the warper message. See what the other one is. Yes, LifePod 4. So I actually received that while I was in the Lost River / mountains biome. So is it actually the mountains biome that spawns it? Or is it just time? It might just be time. That would be annoying. We can head back over to the mountains now. So that's LifePod 3 over there. We don't have LifePod 2 because you only get that from entering the Deep Grand Reef or building a thermal plant. Which is annoying because it's a useful reference, but never mind. So we don't actually need anything from this wreck necessarily. Gel sack's useful. Scan that. Do all the things, indeed. That's right, I was going to scan Mabel, never mind. I can also get rid of these two fish now. I don't need them anymore. Because it's fun, I'm going to come in here. Just noticed the title, well done. I mean, it links to the survival run, but get the gist. Should actually just link to the leaderboards, to be honest. So is there anything else to scan in here that just gives a databank entry? I don't think so. So that's fine. It's just that message, which doesn't even matter. Mabel or Eileen, I was going to scan. Because I think they're the closest Reapers I actually go near in the run. Now it's also difficult to know sometimes, because it's glitchless, whether or not it would be worth my while building the Seamoth at any point. The problem is because you're stopping and scanning all the time, I don't know how much faster it actually is. But there are certain points coming up, or even here to be honest, and maybe I should build that in the bulb zone and use it to get around. Because there's long, slow swimming stretches here. Having the Seamoth at this point would be very handy. Now the other consideration is that we can't get the tablet that's clipped out of bounds in a glitchless run. That was Eileen. Oh, and I didn't split Bulb FM. My splits are going to be a bit of a mess. But it's not like I'm going to run this category enough for it to matter too much. So there should be some magnetite around here, because that is something that needs to be scanned. Come on game, you love giving me magnetite here when I don't need it. Now it's just all shale and raw lithium. I can get it later, to be fair. I'll just need to remember when I'm in the jelly shroom caves. Purple tablet, I don't need to scan this one, I can always scan one up on the island, but whatever. So now we go around the corner. Uraninite, I can scan that, good. It's useful. And we come around here to the other cave. In survival, I wonder whether or not it's better to not come here in this order and instead come here when I'm going to the underwater islands, but not sure. In this it doesn't matter, I don't think. Up we come. Filled papyrus, sure. I'll come across most of these plants later as well, but a big thing about this run is basically just scanning everything that has a little icon that pops up in your bottom right. It's interesting that you don't have to scan lithium. So now we go up to the surface and onto the island itself. And scan a crab. Scan a sky ray that's just sitting there quite conveniently. Perfect. Lovely. And people think that's difficult. Maybe it's because it's night. I wonder if they just don't fly around at night. Do they roost? Maybe they do. There's one flying. Up we come. Now I'm not going to waste time going all the way to the up the hill or anything, because I can make extra purple tablets as I need to. Which I will need to do because you do need 8 of them. And I can only pick up 7 and I am only picking up 5.
No match is found in database. Performing structural analysis. Unknown language. Attempting translation.
Scan the ion cube and pick it up, because we do have use for these. Basically it just saves time later.
Whether their purpose is aesthetic
I grab 2 from here.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
And down we go.
Your best probability of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing.
So yeah, maybe building the Seamoth in the bulb zone while waiting for the message is good. And then using that to come over this way, park it outside the QEP moon pool, so when I leave here I just pick it up. Is there a reason I'm coming in here? Ah yes, because I need to attempt to deactivate the gun while I am still infected. That is correct. Sure. Grab that. Probably should have grabbed it on the way down actually, but never mind. Scan this alien device that I think we're going to learn a bit more about in a certain other game. So we have to burn one of these tablets immediately. In a glitched run we don't have to because we can use gun clip, but unless you're on the latest patch. Scan the energy core and attempt to do this. How rude.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads.
Can't remember if there's another dialogue option for the
May not disable the weapon.
extra stage of the infection.
Self-scan complete.
Yes, that's the progression one.
Infection in your system is
So now it's stage 3, I believe.
irritation and immune system response. Further data required to identify bacterial strain. Translating background broadcast. Downloading.
So I believe we split that here. And now we do want the Seamoth. So I think at this point we should have the Seamoth waiting outside. Kara and Corona. Not quite, but sure. Whatever makes you feel better. Should I just build the prawn here as well? Sure. Okay, yeah, I may as well. I do want to pick this up again though, don't I? Is the prawn just chilling in midair again? Oh no, it did actually sink. Okay, cool. Well done. You chill. You do you, prawn suit. Just hanging in midair. So I want to go around kind of a southwesterly sort of direction and cut across the underwater islands. We don't care too much about the wreck that's here, I don't believe. Though there is another one of those fun little prawn messages, so maybe we do that. We do need to scan one of the ancient floaters. Here we go. So we'll come over here and park up just on the other side of this, around here. The door I think is in the middle or on the side. I think it's on the side. So hop out here. We want to scan one of these. We can also scan it from the floating island later, but here is good. And one of these. These are the ones of the things that get forgotten a lot. So, stasis rifle there. Yes, here's the door. No text, this is not 80%. You are correct. So, in we come. I don't think there is any PDAs in here. I think it's just the dialogue message, but we'll double check. Technically 100% is any percent indeed. It's kind of all of the any percents. Grab that. Does this give me databank entry? It does. Okay, so that's actually good to know. I'd be able to get that from other wrecks in the Aurora as well, but it's still good to know. Oh, I love this music. Oh, there's my Seamoth. Eh, 100% equals any percent plus a whole lot of bullshit. You're not wrong, but it's good bullshit, Bront. So now we come over this way. We don't have the LifePod 13 radio message. What triggers that? I can't remember. Is it entering the Grand Reef? Maybe it is. I think it might be. That's right then. We'll probably get it later. And we come over here. We don't need to go too many places in this. It's this one? No, it's the next one over, I think, isn't it? Maybe we'll go in from the bottom. Or maybe the side, I believe. Isn't there there is a side entrance, I think, too. Wreck, please. Yes, here it is. I mean, it's easy enough to just swim in the bottom, but, you know, whatever. PDA. So much public display of affection in this run. Well, it was Valentine's Day. I don't think I need anything through that door because it's just data boxes and they don't exist. So, but you know what? Let's just investigate anyway, just for the fun of it. Because why not? I need to cough. Sorry about that. I needed to cough. Where was the entrance? It's under the other side, isn't it? It's really hard to see when you're that close to it. Ah, there we go. So just in case, we're going to double check out this. Hopefully we'll try and remember for next time whether or not there is anything of consequence in here. I think it's just data boxes, and I think it's relating to Cyclops parts, which shouldn't appear anyway. It would be up here. Yeah, there's nothing. And just to be certain, we'll go the other side as well, around where I parked. Down here. Yeah, because there's normally one in here as well. But again, not one that appears. So now we go past the big tree. Fairly sure I got a pygmy fan earlier, so we don't need to dip down to get one of those. We don't care about the other cuttlefish eggs. LifePod 13. So technically we split there. And we continue going. Into the dunes. Think about this way. Is this world record? Well, given that no one else has submitted anything to this category, yes. Yes it is. So long as we complete it. So there's a wreck over here. We don't care about the other cuttlefish egg that's in the dunes just to the south of us. We're just coming in here. Park this down here because we don't want the Reaper going after it. They don't go after you in these runs in creative, but they do go after your vehicles. That's annoying, even though they don't even take damage. PDA, thank you. That's all I care about in here, I believe.
New PDA data.
Up and away. If I don't get snagged on anything too much. Don't know if that was a piece of metal or the sand shark. I can actually use my prawn suit as a bit of an indicator, that's kind of fun. So yeah, hi, yeah. This I believe is the edge of the crater ridge where the sanctuary cache is.
Detecting multiple Leviathan.
Here, there's sassy PDA message. Nice.
Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
Triplaning Seamoth is faster than a Reaper. And we come here. Hopefully I've got enough table tablets. Is this hardcore creative? Definitely. Not allowed to die in creative mode. I don't need any of the extra ion cubes, I don't believe. There's just the one. I only need the two for the PCF. Got rock grubs. We've got cave crawlers. Now, having the LifePod 2 beacon would be nice at this point. I haven't noticed any other radio messages, but just in case I missed any. And what we're going to do is we're also going to build a thermal plant just sitting on top, even though it won't do anything, because that gives me a radio message. There's the LifePod 2 message. Cool.
But it's 500 meters straight out. We'll make for the rendezvous and keep you posted. Out.
There it is.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Going up. Oh hey, every Quinn. 46 minutes being able to get the first Sunbeam message.
They run low on engine grease, send an SOS, you offer help, they won't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
Congratulations, survivor.
LifePod 2. There's a crab squid over here.
100%. Data indicates that swimming was your
As we'll scan you while I'm here.
very your routine for uniform muscle development. Integrating new PDA data.
Don't even need that, I don't think. That's only for survival. Spinefish, howdy. Need a blighter and a blood crawler too, ideally. Small spinefish. They're usually in these caves. There's a blighter. And I think I heard, yes, there we go, blood crawlers. God, they're ugly. Blood root, we also need the vine. There's also a Gabe's feather over the other side there, that's good. Check if the time goes with Selva's GTQ one. I honestly am sometimes tempted when I've done a run and I've seen time capsules to just quickly save the game at the end before I launch and then go back and look at all the time capsules, because it is kind of fun. So these I need to scan these as well. Maybe? There we go. Scan the bottom of them. And a ghost reader I can get on my way down. I think I'll probably need to build another Seamoth, because this one's going to end up parked outside the PCF. So, where are we going now? So that's the Lost River, so we need to come this way. Where's the ghost? It's a really good question. Oh, I can hear him. There he is. Hi. Ah, missed him. There we go. So that's an adult scanned. Juvenile we can do as we go down the Lost River. Where did the sea moth end up? Ah, there. Where was I? This way. Kind of lost my bearings a bit, trying to find the cache. Here we go. Yep. You spin me right round. And we come. Grab that.
Integrating new PDA data.
Ghost reader may as well scan here, so I don't need to get out. Oh, I've already got it. That's right, I did it when I was in the bulb area. Okay. Guess we split that. And head into the Lost River proper. Oops, that's a wall. There we go. Now, am I missing anything? Probably. Got them, I've got them. There's plenty of opportunities for amoeboids and stuff later. Also cave crawlers. I may as well park up around here though and go after the juvenile ghost. Come on, Casper's cousin. Boom, headshot. And since I'm stopped anyway, this is where I may as well scan some of these. Any sulfur in the pool? There's lithium. No sulfur in these pools? No, appears not. Probably not far enough down. Crab claw kelp isn't quite this. It's fine, moving on. Well, now you're interested. Head through this way. Get lost. I don't usually come this way, so... This is the closest entrance to the cove tree though, so I thought I'd give it a try. Oh, there is a big elevation drop. I guess that doesn't show up on the map, so maybe it's not actually as close as it seems. I don't know. I'm sure it's not too bad though. So here's the cove tree. Which you can actually get to with all of the depth modules of the Seamoth as well, because that's 900 I believe. So we scan this. And we scan one of these chaps. And we come into the pool and scan a nickel, if we can find one. There's the one advantage of, well, one of the advantages of 100%. So you get to come here for nickel, which is usually much easier than the lava zone. Here we go. So that's the tree scanned. Which way? Back the way we came. Nickel stripped. Clove tree. Change approved. Oh, there's the aurora. Scan this. That's actually quite convenient because we do want the aurora to be exploded by the time we get out of the PCF. Not that that's really a problem. We've got quite a bit more to have to do before that point. So now we move on here. I have actually rerouted the survival run to come this way as well, because I do believe it's quicker. You have the prop cannon, so you can reflood any base that you have to build to get more oxygen. So. But you also have the ultra high tank anyway. In we come. So annoyingly we have to burn a tablet here because we need to grab this data bank. Seems really bizarre to have that gated behind a door. It's quite frustrating. Because I imagine a lot of people don't think to bring tablets as they come down here. And at least once you get to the thermal plant, if you get there and realise you don't have a tablet, or haven't even encountered the tablets yet for some reason, you can just use the portal to go to the mountain where there is tablets. But here you've got no such thing. If you don't happen to have a tablet on you, you can't get that without coming back with one. And it's really annoying to come back here. Radio message.
Biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to
Egg, indeed. It's the big egg.
training to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution.
Ah, it resets. Okay. Got to like 99% and I moved on and it resets.
A self-scan is strongly advised.
So do that. There's nothing else to scan in here, I don't think. That's everything. So self-scan, which will give us the cutscene as we move out, but that's fine. They want to build a base for the sake of a radio. Ah, cutscene. Not quite quick enough. I was hoping to get the cutscene while I was building the base or something, or checking radio messages. I think I need to build the moon pool, build the radio, and then cycle it.
We just picked up a massive.
Sunbeam again so soon?
I didn't know how
Is
bad,
that because of
how many of you.
going into the DRF?
I didn't know.
Interesting.
We're now en route to your location.
Huh.
I'm gonna bring you home.
See, part of this is trying to figure out whether or not there's any extra triggers for the sunbeam. Because if there is, that might actually become a requirement again. Probably not for creative though, because it just takes too long and you can't sleep, crucially. In survival you can sleep at least. I haven't scanned one of these yet. This is probably my last opportunity to do so conveniently. Actually no, we are entering the Lost River zone later, but this is fine. Skin cracked, yeah, it's pretty bad. They want to freak you out basically. It's like, oh my god, what's happening to me? But if you don't self-scan, they don't appear at all. But when you come to cure yourself, they appear, just out of nowhere. What the hell have you restricted yourself here? Nothing. This isn't hell. This is honestly probably one of the most relaxing ways to play the game. So what do we need here? We need lavas, we need majestic red flaps, we need magmarangs and red eyes, and they're all here. The gang's all here. Unfortunately there's a cooldown after you scan something, you can't scan something else immediately. There, and Crimson Ray. It's fine, it's cozy down here. It's not hell at all. Okay, now we move through. Lava lizard will be able to get as we go through the lava castle area. Also need to scan one of the dragons. Please don't clip out of bounds and go into hyperspace. Good. Have fun scanning, Kevin? Yep. On anything other than glitchless, they're pretty easy. And even glitchless isn't that bad. It's difficult to get close, but as long as you get the status rifle shot off, you've got plenty of time to do the scan and then bail. Now I'll just park this over here. It can't get destroyed anyway because creative. I need to scan the skeleton down here. Databank entry for that says something about how it's out of its normal area, so it's probably been lured down to its death. Basically the idea is that the lava dragons pull them down here to consume them. I guess it cooks it for them, so now we need to scan some kyanite. Got this big kyanite in here. There's crystalline sulfur. There's kyanite in here. Sweet. Now tablet check. 1 pink, and I need 2. So I need to make an extra. I'll do that as well, just in case I receive any other messages while I'm down here. I could just make both blues and not open the door in here, to be honest. I will get the one from the island later. So, in we come. Hey robot. Sup? So normally you'd have to grab this and then go through the portal and make a second one. We could make a second one straight away. So if I was really tryharding this, I should probably just make 2 and be done with it, rather than collecting that at all. Then I don't need to worry about an extra purple tablet. Because I can probably just drop one of the tablets that I craft in order to scan it. Because I think it's a databank entry for scanning it. You get the blueprint regardless, but you do need to scan it for the databank entry, I think. Yeah, went to the cube, yeah, just out of habit, just went to the cube. Now I'll just go out this way, I guess. Go back to the Seamoth. Maybe I should build a prawn suit at this point, and grapple arms and stuff, and use that instead, just as style. That would be fun. Could use that to get down here instead. But I feel that would just be so frustrating. Down we go. It's been a while since I've come this way. Ah, I can split that too. Oh, apparently I'm behind now. Oof. It's kind of to be expected, to be fair. So, we want to get across the lava lakes. We need to scan one of these things, but there's one right next to the door. On your way, son. Unfortunately, there's no way to take the Seamoth through. Never mind.
I am what you seek. Want to help you.
For glitched runs, I do wonder whether it's better to actually go in from below, do all the stuff in the PCF aquarium, and then after being cured, come up and come through here and end up going out into the lava, scan the deterrent device, and then die in the lava. Because otherwise, how to die from the QEP is a bit of an issue. I guess it's not too bad, just drown like normal. So now we go one side. At least the fish in the face isn't nearly as obnoxious in this when you're just coming in the main entrance as it is in any percent when you're trying to actually see where you're going. The right angle to scan these things can be very frustrating to find. And we come left and then right. Well, we go up this way. Outflow pipe here, which I think I could actually scan that down there, come to think of it, so I can just come straight down. Is the pipe's done? I really wish you could do more with the space. I feel it's underutilized. There's so much space and stuff in here, and there's not enough. I feel it would have been cool if there was like a, it says the iron cube fabricator. It would be cool if you could build like a fabricator or something, or there was like a similar sort of thing to a fabricator so you could actually make stuff. I just feel it's a bit underutilized. I should have come this side first and left a couple of things. It's alright. In we go. Now in this room there's just one thing to scan. Can't even pick up any of the eggs. Can't even scan any of the eggs. It's a reefback egg. We can ignore the 4 portals because we don't need to use them at all. And that should be everything. If it's not, we'll be annoyed at ourselves later. Now we do unfortunately have to sit through the cutscene at this point. I only have one IQ. Ah, because I made the mistake of making a tablet, and that uses any inventory items you have that correlate. So I still need to pick up 1 cube. Not sure which one's quicker, to be honest. I just missed the thing where I can be released because I was yabbing too much. I guess we'll pick up the one back here and then go down. It's annoying. Yeah, so I need to remember to construct the right amount of purple tablets earlier so that I don't need to pick up any extra cubes. Because ideally you want to be able to go from the top just straight down.
Unlike other alien facilities, scans indicate this location supports a diverse and healthy ecosystem. Explanation unclear at this
So I want to scan a peeper that's in here as well, but I should have plenty of opportunity to do that.
Environment scans indicate the water here is rich with a rare
E.g.
plant and life form which depends on the organic detritus produced
Also, I
by
should
the
be doing all of that
ecosystem
stuff while
around
she's
it.
doing her cutscenes, to be fair.
My
Because it's
young
creative, I
need
can
to
just do that
hatch,
straight away
to
there.
play outside this place.
But I do then need to make
We
sure
have been
that I
here
go
so
up here.
long.
Oh, no, no, no,
The
come up.
others
I
built
need
a
her to come up
passage
here.
to reach the world outside.
If she doesn't come up here, I get
asked
soft
them
locked.
for this freedom,
Come up,
but
come up,
they could not
come up.
hear me. If
Good.
you help us, I
Because
will
I've previously
give you
experimented with
freely
different
what the
tactics in here
others
and going
tried
and doing
in
other
vain
things.
to
And if she
take.
doesn't come up here and blow this away at this point, she just does her death animation with her babies, and you cannot escape with Glitchless. You have to glitch through the sand in order to do so. And that's a bad time. So now I can scan one
With
of
the passage
these.
you've opened, my young can leave this place.
Now she goes over to there.
First, they must feel the time is right.
They do their
and
little
break free of
dance
their shells.
and start swimming out.
This is what the others could not force from
Because sometimes when you go out,
you.
they're not there.
I give the secret
It's better to scan them while they're still in here. So I need to scan these vents on the side as well.
The plant life in this area is growing outside its normal conditions. Other life
I think that's everything.
and proving the vegetation may be offsetting this
Scanned the
environmental
egg, I scanned the platform.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank
Oh, now I get
you.
the other cutscene,
Their freedom is my
the other
end.
dialogue line.
What will it be like?
I can cure myself while I'm here as well. May as well.
And never wake up. Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land, or a creature so small it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
Yeah. Get some F's in chat for the Sea Emperor. There we go. I'm just going to have a quick cup of coffee while I wait. Get thirsty doing this run. Oh, they are here. Okay. Sometimes they're not. So now's where I'm going to have to build myself another sea moth as well, because otherwise things are going to get slow. Coffee hype. Yes, definitely. So in survival, this is where you would clip and death warp. But creative, we cannot do that, so up we go. I should have grabbed that extra iron cube after all. Well, I don't need them now. Now, I did originally have it ordered that I'd go to the island last. I'll just make another purple tablet, to be honest. Theoretically, I'd now need to go to the island before going to the Treader's Cache to get the purple tablet from there, but it doesn't really matter. Dolphin jump hype. Get our tetanus shot. And away we go. Turn the lights off. Being energy responsible. It's reasonably smooth pathing down there. Now, do I even need the status rifle for anything left? I've scanned both Ghosts, Reaper, and the Lava Boy, so I don't think I even need the status rifle for anything at all. I don't need to dump it, but I certainly don't need it assigned anymore. So now I need to make myself another sea moth to be quicker. Yeah. Gun console is at 69. Nice. So make ourselves a sea moth here. We won't set anything else building because I made that mistake earlier, because I do actually want to collect this and go. And I mean the the Cyclops and stuff I'll just make later when the rocket's building as per normal. It's the most efficient way to do it anyway. A sea moth. How did you use points to unlock? Nice. I'm glad someone appreciates it. It is really cool that they've done that you don't need to be a sub to enjoy emotes, so long as you're watching the channel for long enough. It's quite nice. Check Discord? Not while I'm running. And pop. So now we're popping here. Clear our radio messages.
Oxygen production offline.
We'll craft another one of those. So this is what actually gives you the door code. It's kind of amusing. It's quite convenient actually, because it's exactly when we need it. If we didn't have very good memory. No more radio messages. So now I can release him, tell him to not follow me. Good, it did work. Because, god, they're annoying. Did we scan a jelly ray? Yes, good. Off we go. God, they're inept.
What?
We're still getting the what are you message. I should have split the QEP ages ago, never mind. Maybe not ages ago. I guess we could split it when we release the cuddlefish, to be fair. And we come in past Sammy.
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have
Turn that around so it's facing the right way. We don't want to beach it up here. I made that mistake in my all achievements glitches run. And into the Aurora we go. Do a quick top to bottom sweep. Ignore the fact that the splits are going to be red pretty much from now on, because I'm comparing against an old glitched run that I did. So that's naturally going to be faster, even with the rerouting. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll have time to follow this up with a glitched run immediately afterwards, because that would be kind of fun to do them back to back. Maybe that might be tonight or tomorrow instead. Run, 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 run. Now, where are the first PDAs? There's one there, there's some in here. Normally have to burn through so many fire extinguishers through this section. Spare battery. Grab a poster, why not? Don't actually care about the collectibles per se, but... Oh, that's why the propulsion cannon fragments still come in, because there's always one there. And I can never remember, is this 1545? No, I can never remember this one, I don't use it enough. Okay, where is it going to be? Data downloads. "1454." Was close. See you some. The end is still a ways away, so you might be back by then indeed. Grab that. Down we come. Now, bleeders are usually around here. Yep. Just scan one of them. They're also in the drive room, to be fair, but I'll be busy trying to repair things then. Speaking of which, to repair this door here. In we come, grab that, scan that because databank entry. That's where the free depth module is. Sure, we'll do that too. So there's actually enough free Seamoth fragments to get it without any random chance in a casual playthrough, because there's one by LifePod 17 as well. Scan the breach before repairing them, because otherwise you soft lock yourself. That is bad. Down we go. Around here. Gotta get just the right angle sometimes. Makes change doing it when you can actually see things, rather than creative or achievements glitched, where you deconstruct the entire driver. It's just as well that the breaches don't get deconstructed too. Down we come. Four more. I think I might have missed some over the other side. Ah, yeah, there's one down the bottom to the left there. There's one just up here. Yeah, I forgot about the one down the bottom over there. I should have done that one, because this should be the last one that I do normally. Actually, no, I think it works out, because then I get a bit more distance to do a sea glide jump. Let's repair that, and up. Ah, didn't get the jump. Round we go.
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Zoom, 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 and through the door. God, this is so slow. It's such weird arm motion too. Through we come. Let's grab 1 PDA, 2 PDA. There's usually spare batteries and stuff in there too, which is handy on survival. In we come just before the fire. Now we repair this. And we stand at just the right spot. Perfect. Hardcore parkour up here. PDA in here. Poster, why not? PDA, poster, PDA, no poster, no poster. Okay. Here's the LifePod 7 message, poster, it's duplicate natural selection 2 poster I think. And in here, PDA, no, but poster. What's the code for this one? Something 69 I think. Sweet offer 1869. Soft toy. There's this PDA here. There's a cat, but I don't care about those. We don't actually need the collectibles. I just like getting some of them for fun. 2679 is always the code. Aurora poster, that. Aurora figurine, and data download. Off we go. I believe that's everything. Hopefully, because I don't want to have to come back in here again. The advantages of creative being able to just do big jumps and not have to care about the damage. Through the Windows screensaver. Collect the black box data. And break through the door. Here, grab this PDA here, because then we can immediately open and get 6483. because otherwise I never remember that one either. We can do that. We can do this, but we don't actually get the data bank entry. The repulsion cannon is one of the ones we cannot get in this run, sadly. And in survival you need to make sure you get it from the data box instead, because that one doesn't actually give it to you. So we don't need the repair tool anymore, I don't think. So let's just swap them around. There we go. And we're out. Now normally we'll kind of want to actually build a radio and stuff, base with a radio, but I don't actually care too much. So we'll split that. Oh, so it was actually a gold thing, even though... Huh, that's weird. So now I want to go past life pod 4, which is just over here. We will then go to my base, which is why I don't care about building a radio to collect the life pod 7 message just yet. Not that it really truly matters, because I've got the message, it's pending. I don't need to collect it to receive the clue. This mushroom things look like a giant ribcage for a second there before the actual circular pods loaded in. It's kind of amusing. So we've still got quite a ways to go, to say the least. There's Mother Seamoth down there, 1500 meters below us. It's actually quite fun because it means from there you can actually tell where the PCF entry is if you wanted to just clip straight down to it. Now, is there anything else I needed to do in the shallows? Can't remember. There's going to be a bit at the end where I just look through my PDA and kick myself for forgetting certain things and have to run around and do them. So let's grab that radio message. Lifebot 7, awesome. So now we're actually in a really good position here to come over to this wreck. Could have done this earlier, but for the sake of the routing, I want to do that. There is a repair door there, but there's nothing in it that I want that I'm aware of. It's usually a sea glide in there. So now we head pretty much directly south into the red grasses area, because there is another wreck over here. Perfect. I need to scan reef backs, I just realised. I haven't done that yet. Well, while I'm here, while I'm thinking of it. It's really selective where you can actually target them. Thankfully it doesn't reset. I think I've gotten all of these species of plants that usually appear on the back of these. So now we go down to the wreck, where there is another PDA. Don't think there's anything else kind of loose around for fragments that I want. Anything else that I can scan? No, doesn't look to be. All good. Up we go. And now we continue due south pretty much. Into the crag fields. Go past a couple of approximate landmarks. Overshoot them. Get lost. Regret my very existence. Come on, Lifepod 7. There you are. I was going the right way, I just second-guessed myself too early. There we go. Floodlight, let's get a toy car, bandit PDA, scan the unusual doll. Excellent. Now we want to head about northwestish. Over this ridge here, into the Grand Reef. Down to the wreck. It's around 200 and some odd meters. Another radio message. I'm going to collect that. So I'm not sure what they are at this stage. So nice being able to just build random moon pools and throw a radio in them.
Warning. Power only. All primary system production offline.
Ah, LifePod 13, that's right, yes. So I've already been to LifePod 13, but you get the message when you enter the Grand Reef. Where is the PDA that I want?
I said Kassar. Why do I have to record this anyway?
It just goes out the top. Is it the rear entrance that I want? I think it might be the rear entrance that I want. Yes, here we go, PDA. Because I'm fairly certain that the data bank entries don't load in, or the data boxes rather don't load in. Yes, that's the other side of those. So you don't actually need the laser cutter. It's quite fun how they put in a few of these sorts of things in the recs. So if you just explore, you don't actually need the requisite materials. Normally you get prawn drill arms around here too, but they won't spawn in creative. So now we want to go up. Might actually go up to the island now, I think. Do that. Haven't seen a membrane tree conveniently. Yeah, maybe we go up to the island or sparse reef first. We can do the island last otherwise. There's a membrane tree. Trying to figure out the best order to do things. I guess I can just go down. I've got to go to the farthest wreck as the spanner in the works, so to speak, because it's quite a ways away from everything else. Oops. Because it's at a depth of like 400 and some odd meters. Keep going this way, I think. Hopefully it loads in. I've had a run before where it just didn't. That was rather frustrating. Is it this way? Through this ravine area? It's vaguely familiar, but just don't know sometimes. This is around the right depth. So it's the sea treaders there. I may as well scan one of them while I'm at it. I think I'm in the right place approximately. Also, I should have split that LifePod 7 thing ages ago, but never mind. Yeah, treaders I have separately anyway. Now, is it this way? Go east. There is the crater's edge over here, which we also need to go to. Som is back again. Tell a friend. So, crater's edge is going to be over here this way, I think. Maybe somewhere. Yeah, we're getting there. It's a bit further than I thought. I should have gone there from the dunes instead, because it's closer to go to it from the dunes section that I was in. So now wait till we get the databank entry.
Warning.
There we go.
Adding report to databank.
And we skedaddle. Don't want to stay around there too long. Now, can I find that freaking wreck? Getting too shallow again now. This is like an extension of the crags now. Getting lost sucks. So here's the Grand Reef. Where's the wreck that I'm after? It's definitely deeper than this. It's in this little alcove bit over here, perhaps? It's about 400 odd meters down. This feels promising. No, that's treaders again. Ah, dear. There's one PDA that I need from that wreck. Just one. Is it just around this corner or something? On the other side, if I've gone too far this way? I think I might have. I think it might just be over this little bit here. There's one of the ghosts. Did I scan a memory entry? I can't remember. Yeah, because here's the geyser bits. Down here. There it is, I think. No, that's not it. Keep randomly right-clicking, that's always annoying. This is the wreck that always gives me the biggest trouble. I swear, it's so annoying. And sometimes I just stumble across it. Completely out of the blue. Where's LifePod 19? There. We want that to be pretty much south. Pretty much north, rather. We want to be pretty much south of that. So we didn't go far enough west. We should have kept going even past the treaders. And then next we want to head to the Deep Grand Reef. Here it is, yes. Right. Oh, so it's not as deep as I thought as well. It's, oh no, 400 meters, yeah. Yeah, so LifePod 19 is pretty much almost due north. Okay, and then we come in here. All of that just for this.
Integrating new PDA data.
Alrighty.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And now we want to go, we may as well go through this gap here, I suppose, into the Deep Grand Reef area. This is a different entrance that I usually take, so I'll probably get lost. We want to find the Degacy base through here. That'll be another LifePod message. Here we go, good. We managed to find that easily enough at least. Pop. Turn my light off to avoid pestering them, so they don't pester me. PDA there. Drop down. Scan the orange tablet. And pick that up. PDA there. Out we go. And now the bottom level. Ahead enough for a real record. We are indeed ahead enough of 0 time to be placing world records. I'll leave my Seamoth alone. You can't even damage it, you silly thing. It's creative. And now we go down to the Lost River again from a different entrance. A little cave that we can skip through here. Take the little shortcut. And we'll just pop out the Seamoth there. Pop open the door. Thankfully that skeleton loaded up. I've had before in Bingo that little skeleton behind me won't even load up. That would be bad for this. Scan that. Scan one of these. Grab the data bank, scan the random table, ignore the additional cuddlefish, scan the flora case, I believe that's everything in here. And then scan the skeleton itself. How much is left? Not too much. From here we've got to go through the rest of the Lost River that we missed earlier. No, it's not these, it's one of these over here is the sensor that we need to scan. So we're going to do a little tiki tour around a little bit of the Lost River to scan an additional skeleton and a brine lily. Then we head up into the Blood Kelp Trench to go to the wreck there. Then we stop past the Treader's Wreck. Actually, I don't think we need the Treader's Wreck. There is a PDA there, but it's a PDA you also find elsewhere. But I suppose I could grab it. Can't remember which half it's in though. I think it's in the normal half. And then we head up to the island, the floating island, to do the Degacy stuff there. I should check my radio messages too, actually, come to think of it. Scan this. Leave it alone, you silly boy. Do that. Check that. There's another sunbeam message. We're not going to do anything else with the sunbeam though. Where did you put my sea moth? Oh, here it is. Oh, you're chasing it. Leave it alone, you silly. Off we go.
We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
That is the big boy skeleton indeed. Biggest of boys. So now we come over this way, and there should be some brine lilies. This is the only place that these are found, so it's important to come this way. And we'll scan the pyrocoral while I'm at it, because I didn't do that earlier. In fact, I don't think I've been to a place where I could, because that's normally down the usual Lost River entrance. And we come up out of the Lost River from here. Up to the point that it's now blood kelp again. Fairly sure I scanned Gabe's feathers elsewhere. Now I go pretty much straight up. There should be the wreck that's suspended around here somewhere above me. There it is, it just loaded in. Up here. Just double check that I did scan a Gabe's feather before. Yes, good. We pop in the top, I believe. Yep. PDA. Done. And I also should, I'll do this and then skip this because I probably don't even need a separate blood kelp trench thing, to be honest. What am I doing? I am doing creative 100% glitchless. So now I want to head across to Lifepod 19. We will briefly stop past the Treaders because we do need to go to the cache, even if we don't need anything from the wreck. So the wreck is here. There is a PDA inside that I may as well get. It is a duplicate. There is also in the grassy plateau wreck that I'll be going to late in a bit, but we'll pop in here anyway. 100% includes hatching the cuddlefish egg because that is an achievement. I mean, making anything doesn't actually constitute much of the run, so it's irrelevant. You need to scan everything to get every databank. Well, yeah, scanning everything's only part of it as well. You need every databank entry, every achievement, and every blueprint. There are some blueprints that you do not get when you start the game. There's only like 3 of them, but still. Actually, no, it's all of the rocket ones, so you need to build 80% of the rocket in order to get all of the blueprints from that, but also there is the achievement for finishing the game, so you do actually have to finish the game for 100%. It's 2 achievements to finish the game. But you need to visit everywhere that has a databank entry to be unlocked, such as this, for example. Like, normally we come here in any percent, but we come here to collect the ion cubes. I don't care about the ion cubes in this run, but I do care about the databank entry. So it's quite a lot to actually do. And especially not using glitches, which means that you need to wait for the aurora to explode, for example. You can't super sea glide everywhere, you can't clip through walls. But even the glitched run for this is an hour and a half. Make the most OP Seamoth ever seen? I mean, that would be a waste of time, because you don't need to care about depth modules or anything. So we come over to the sparse reef. Head down to Lifepod 19 for the 2 PDAs that are down here. But you don't need to upgrade any vehicle whatsoever. You need to make each vehicle, but you don't need to do anything with them. Seamoth I use because it's faster than normal Sea Glide, but I don't need to upgrade it in any way, shape or form.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Torpedoes and stuff? Why bother? There's really no point. Torpedoes are useless. Just in general, they don't really add anything to the game. I think I built them in casual playthrough because I could. I think, you know, you kind of try out everything and see what it does, but really not very useful. I don't believe there's anything in here, but I do want to double check. Reapers or ghosts don't attack you in creative, so it doesn't matter. They'll attack your vehicle when you're not in it, especially. They will actually, like a Reaper will grab onto your Seamoth, but it does no damage. Nope, nothing in here. Good. I think that's just a data box normally, but I couldn't remember. So, I can now do that. Now we go up to the island. Should be not quite directly above me. Oh, there's the rendezvous point. That's right. That's useful, because we need to use that as the entry point, because we can't super sea glide jump onto the island, so we do actually have to do it the normal way. Though, excuse me, the normal way for this, normally in a casual playthrough, you'd probably encounter the floating island by taking the portal from the mountain island. So I'll park that there, jump up and grab that PDA. And then we need the way up is over here.
Picking up multiple energy signatures on the island.
And we need to make sure that we scan all of the plants as we come out. Pink cap. First one. Foxel shrub. Now, what's the quickest way to get to the middle base? Bulbo tree I've already scanned from the... I think I want to go this way. Basically I want to go past where my Seamoth is and jump over the ridge. If a Reaper grabs your Seamoth, you might save time to have the perimeter defense system. Yeah, but you've wasted the time to actually make the perimeter defense system, and if a Reaper grabs you, you're doing it wrong. You should never be susceptible to a Reaper grabbing you. The closest a Reaper came to me in this run was when I was going past them in the dunes between the caches, and they didn't really get close enough to be of any danger whatsoever. You go faster than a Reaper.
Integrating new PDA data.
It's bulkhead. Because there's a databank entry. That's the other thing, is just because you can make everything doesn't mean to say you have the databank entry for everything. So now we want to run up the hill. Hang on. Are there... there's probably these up in the main area, but I may as well scan all the plants down here just in case. I think they pretty much have examples of everything growing up in the other bases, but just in case, I don't want to have to come back here again. It's more annoying. A grub basket is what, there it is. I think that one I've been caught out by before. Okay, now we can head up. Bulkheads are useless. You are very correct. They are useless. They have very little benefit. You're better off building reinforcements in a casual playthrough. If you need your base to be stronger, just build the wall reinforcements. Even if you want some windows, you'll still have plenty of room for reinforcements. Bulkheads are just annoying because they have to be between two tubes as well, and I very rarely actually build tubes. I'm usually building moon pools and multi-purpose rooms. And now we jump down here. Thankfully we don't need to worry about taking damage. Streamed for first time, got 20 new followers and 15 viewers. Good for you, XFG Gaming. Yeah, once you actually stream at a good time, especially if you have your microphone on, people stick around for streams with mic a lot more than silent streams, I've noticed. I used to just stream without microphone, and I'd notice for people like coming and going. Just open and close and take so long. Yeah, for bulkheads. I think once you open them, they're pretty much just always open, aren't they? Until you specifically close them, they don't actually do a hell of a lot. Probably they close again when you reload the game though, so yeah. Yeah, you just build reinforcements. I mean, the materials are easier to come by, to be fair, but I was looking at the wrong Seamoth. The one 1800 meters away. So that's the island done. So now we get stuck. That was silly of me. Let's go down, shall we? Now we go across. So we want to head approximately towards base. Yeah, you got to close them yourself, if you care about closing them, but why would you care about closing them? You can build them for the reinforcement aspect, and then just open them and leave them open. As I think maybe when you reload the game, they might close again, which would be annoying, but I'm not sure. I probably built one to see what they did, and then I would have not bothered. Dunes. There's a... Is there? No, there's no PDA in the dunes. No, that's the still suit, which I got from... Yeah, normally I go to the dunes for the still suit, but I got that from the bulb zone instead. Don't mind me, just confusing myself. So, let's come over this way. Lifepod 17, I do have the beacon for. I should have been using it, but I'm a fool. Yeah, but just don't flood your base. If you want to keep part of your base flooded for SSG, for example, but then other parts not flooded, your best bet is just separate things, because you can have a flooded section and a normal section if you so wish. You've just gotta keep them separated, in the immortal words of the Offspring. And we come here. Now we want to repair this door. If it does, just don't let it. Just don't. After a while you get a feel for how much effect different components are going to have on the integrity of things, so that you can just avoid flooding it in the first place. And it gives you the counter every time you complete a component. It gives you the counter, so you can figure it out. You'll know if the next piece that you build is going to cause the base to flood, and build a reinforcement first. Out we come. So that's one PDA from there. We now want to go up to the top section. Should you eat 5 more packs of bonbons? Well, that depends on a variety of factors. Are you on a diet? Because then you probably don't. Just scouring this to check that there's no blueprint fragments for things. That will give me databank entries. I don't think the modification station does. Don't think it spawns in. Maybe if it's by the jelly shroom cave. The Seamoth. mean, if you're hungry, there's going to be better things that you can eat than bonbons to actually satisfy hunger. I feel that's more of a luxury thing. Here's the entrance that I want. So I want to dip down into this jelly shroom cave entrance specifically, because there is a convenient PDA. I want to scan an oculus while I'm in here. I want to scab a crab snake rather. So maybe I will equip this again because they're really annoying to scan if you don't stun them. So jelly shroom, oculus, also magnetite, because I don't think I've scanned it because I didn't get any from the mountain, which was bizarre. That's an eye, not an oculus. Okay, we'll take the Seamoth a bit further in. So we want the PDA that's down here first of all. So that gives me the beacon to the base. Here's an oculus, good. Good. Crab snake will get over from the jelly shroom cave base itself, which is this way. And hopefully I'll find some magnetite over there. They're being triggered by the Seamoth going past. Yep. Little crags that come down from the roof are annoying. Stalagmites. No, stalactites. Stalagmites are the ones that go up. Through we go. Normally we come here very much earlier in the run, in a survival run, but for creative, because you're having to come back from the island manually, because you can't die to death warp, you may as well do it in this order. It's actually quite convenient to where my base is specifically too. PDA. And PDA. And PDA. Scan this for the databank entry. PDA. Scan the spotlight that's actually outside, but you can scan it through the wall because that's fun. Down we go. This way. Planter I don't need to scan. PDA there. That's everything. I believe that's everything. And out we come. Any random fragments around here that would give me databank entries? Doesn't look like it. Status rifle I've already got. Now, no one's home. Crab snake. Yeah, crabby, crabby, crabby. Stay out of your house long enough so I can scan you. Thank you. Good. Believe that's everything from here. Up we go. Split that. And we're relatively close to where my life pod is, which is convenient. Oops. So now we need to assess all my databank entries. Just going to head back to the life pod first, may as well. I don't think I've got any more radio things. If you are in survival, look at an oculus without a rebreather and it's close up, swim to your mouth and cure suffocation, according to the wiki. I wouldn't trust that. That sounds wrong. I mean, the wiki isn't great about a great many things, but especially something as bizarre sounding as that. Oculus are very innocuous, you could say. Right, let's build the platform. Start doing the stuff to end the game. And then we're just going to sit on it and look at our databank for a while. Now, I need to pull up my 100% thing to be able to check off my databanks against to check that I've got everything. So, advanced theories. 14 plus the one that I've already done is 15, which is correct. Blueprints, equipment, there is 10 that I can get in creative. Air pumps, scanner, laser cutter, light stick, propulsion cannon, rad suit, repair tools, stasis rifle, still suit, and time capsule. That's all of them. Habitat installations, I can get 12. There's the aquarium, the bulkhead door, the exterior grow bed, the fabricator, the floodlight, the habitat build, the interior grow bed, planters and pots, scanner room, solar panel, spotlight, and filtration. That is indeed all of them. I can't get any of the power. Vehicles, I can only get 5. Mobile, that's 5. That's good. So that's them. We don't want to build the Cyclops on the platform. Let's nudge this around. See if it lets me build the Cyclops. It'll fall on my Seamoth, but whatever. And head up onto the platform and start doing this here as well. And then we'll continue looking through our data bank. So, data downloads, artifacts 12, I know from memory that there is 12, scan data 19, I've got a bad feeling about that. There's meant to be 21, so what have I missed? What have I done to this entry? Here we go. So, Alien Arch, Flora Research, Robot, Thermal Plant, Vent, Aquarium Arch, Pipe Access Point, Blue Tablet, Damaged Anchor Cable. I need to go to the DRF again, that's annoying. Didn't scan the damaged anchor cable outside the DRF. That's frustrating. Terminal data 14, there is 14, that's good. We'll continue running through this. Aurora survivors, there is 17. Yes, there is 17. Codes and clues, there are 9. I have 7, but I've used 2 of them, so that's 9. Legacy survivors, 20. There should be 21, apparently. I've got those 4. Which one have I missed? 1, 2, 3. 1 through 9. I'm missing 3. I didn't get the one from the path, so I need to go to the floating island again. That's annoying. It's the place I really didn't want to have to go back to. 4 operations logs, 12 public documents. Yep, geological data, 11 plus the one that I accidentally triggered, so that's the 12 for that. Coral, 6 plus the one that I've opened, so that's the 7 for that. Carnivores, 11, 1, 2, I'm missing one. Stalker tooth, I need a stalker tooth. It's the one bit you need a stalker tooth for. Deceased, there's 7. Herbivores large, there's 7. Herbivores small, there's 14. Leviathans, there is 7. Scavengers and parasites, there's 9, and I've opened one of them. Flora, exploitable, 11 plus the one that I've opened is 12, that's good. Land, there is 7, that's good. Sea, there is 27. I didn't do the spiked... that spiked horngrass in the sea treaders is the bane of my existence, I tell you. Okay, so 3 places I need to pick up on. Lava Castle Generator, I have definitely been there. Oh, it was just behind. Cool. So, first place I need to go. This is going to be really annoying to have to get to and back again. The DRF is so far away. This will be like 5 minutes wasted, I think. So sub 2 hours is probably realistic, with a bit more refinement, building the Seamoth earlier, better use of it, not mucking around quite so much. That's not so bad. Scan the Lava Castle Generator. Yes, that was in there. I wasn't looking at every single thing individually because it takes too long. I instead have it collated in my spreadsheet where there's just the counts of each header. So for a lot of them, I just need to look at the header and know whether or not I've got everything. And it's if the count doesn't match, then I have to click through and look at them all to see which ones I'm missing. So the thermal plant is part of the alien data or something like that, which I've definitely scanned because I had all of them. So it's easier for not only myself but for anyone moderating this that they can just look at the numbers of the totals. I'll open everything up and flick through it again before I leave, just to make sure. So the one PDA I missed is the one that's really annoying, and I should have thought about it because I went as far as getting the grub thing, because I came over here in order to scan this. I needed to keep going and come along this path and get this PDA.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
And that amusingly gives me the location of the jelly shroom cave base. That's true.
New PDA data.
Back through to the Seamoth. And then now I need to go down to Lost River again. After this, can I do a survival speed run? After this, I will probably be calling it a morning because it's 20 past 11 and it's time to do other things. I haven't heard anything from my wife or daughter yet to say that they've woken up again. The weekend routine is usually to get my daughter up and give her breakfast and then put her back to bed for a morning nap. And that's when I can start streaming. And then my wife usually gets out of bed around 11:30 or 12 o'clock. So mornings is when she gets the chance to sleep in. So if I do any more streaming today, it'll be in the afternoon and I won't be using my microphone. Usually at that point I'll just record things offline instead. I'll just record things straight to disk instead of streaming it, because there's kind of no point streaming if I'm not using the microphone. Otherwise it'll be tonight after around maybe 10 PM my time, which is in about 10.5 hours because it's 11:20 AM my time at the moment. That's usually when I'll stream at night because that's after we've put the little one to bed. Otherwise it'll be tomorrow morning. I was doing survival grind last night. Didn't get very far with it though, didn't do a very good time. But that's because I'm woefully out of practice, which doesn't help. God, this is so far away. This is why you really don't want to miss things in the run. I think I might need to put a specific note in the guide for the damaged anchor cable, because it is actually quite easy to miss. Because it's outside the DRF itself. So from this direction we want to stay right. That'll be the sunbeam message probably. We'll be giving the countdown. The sunbeam isn't a requirement for this run because you can't do it within the amount of time it would normally take. So the bit that I missed is this little piece of junk down here. This one? No, this one. There we go, damaged cable. All of that way for that. You know, I thought 5 minutes, 10 minutes is more realistic. It takes so long to get anywhere. Triplaning the Seamoth is quick, but it's not as quick as Super Sea Glide. Or clipping through the floor, which would be how I'd otherwise gotten down here normally. Which is the best entrance? I think I just want to go out the same way that I came in, because I want to go to the Treaders for the spiked horngrass. That's the other thing that I should have got from the wreck while I was there. But I was thinking too much about the cache and the other things, the other steps. We might still come under the 216 that I've got on the splits. That's from an old glitched run before I started refining the routing on that. If we can come in under that, that's pretty good. But I think if you get everything right first time and don't actually miss things, sub 2 is likely. Oops, which is nice. Keeping on going. Problem with triplaning the Seamoth when you've got low ceilings. Right, so now we ascend once more. Kind of spiral around in the corner so that I don't knock into anything when I'm going up, because I'm actually traveling on a bit of an angle. And here's the treaders again. And I need to scan not one of the field papyrus. Where are they? I'm going too far that way. That's the dunes, not the treaders. This way. Is that one? No, I don't think that was one. Back we go. I went the wrong way out of this. I needed to go this way instead. There we go. Maybe? Nope, we're going the wrong way again. My sense of direction has just disappeared, it seems. Let's head towards the deep Grand Reef base. How about that? It's because the trench curves. So I was trying to orient myself on one edge of it. Here we go, spiked horngrass. This thing here I always forget because it's so innocuous and it just blends into the terrain. It's very well camouflaged. Okay, now we can go back to the rocket platform, because that should be the last thing I need. This isn't going to be sub 216 after all, I don't think, after getting lost with all of that. Oh dear. It's all fallen apart a little bit at the end here, but that was expected. That is why there is a section entitled Leftovers, because it's expected there's going to be some. This is the first time I've done this in a while, so... Survival, it's even worse, or non-creative, because you've got to get all of the data boxes from the various wrecks as well, and some of them are tucked out of the way, so it's quite easy to forget about them. There we go, there's the platform. Now I've got a couple of stages still to make. So I'll just open up every tab in the databank. So, going up. So, advanced theories, here's all of this. Blueprints, equipment, time capsules there, habitat installations, vehicles, data downloads, artifacts, scan data, there's the thermal plant, terminal data, Aurora survivors. Now, which was the one that I'd missed before? It was the damage anchor cable, there we go. So there's the Aurora survivors, codes and clues, legacy survivors, including those four there, operation logs, public documents, geological data, coral, carnivores. Oh, stalker tooth. I didn't get the stalker tooth. This is going to be frustrating because now I have to actually wait for a tooth to drop. At least I'm near the kelp. Can you drop a tooth by attacking my Seamoth, please? That would be nice. Otherwise, there's... Oh, that's the metal that doesn't drop teeth. Of course it is. Here's a metal. Come on, you. Grab. Drop tooth. Oh, it's gone so far down here. Come on, please. No, it didn't even drop a tooth. This guy's a bit of a juggler going on, because it drops out of his nest and then he goes after it again. Oh hey, a bioreactor. I didn't realise that appeared. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I didn't realise that appeared. But if it's random, that's hard to include as a prerequisite. Power. But I haven't seen any thermal or nuclear. I wouldn't have expected bioreactor to appear. There we go. Tooth. Thank you. I don't even know why that appears under carnivores. That should be under like exploitable or something. That's very interesting about the bioreactor though. Hello. Heyo. Bonk. I am indeed creative. Well, the sun's coming up, that's nice. So let's finish going through here. So stalker tooth we now have, deceased, large herbivores, small herbivores, leviathans, scavengers and parasites, exploitable flora, land flora, sea flora, we now have that. And the survival package you start with regardless. Yeah, it's the message that you get about that. So that should be everything. Bonk. Do the usual run up to the top. Up we go. Jump. In we come.
Neptune 1 rocket online.
Communications systems array active. Pressurizing hydraulics.
So I need to use 2 of these consoles up here because the time capsule always gets sent as part of the animation for leaving. You always achieve the achievement for it even if you don't prepare one. I don't think there's any point of preparing one.
Life support systems online. All systems are go.
There we go. 2h15m55s. Nice. Well, that wasn't too bad. So definitely some refinements to be made.
Ready to
I almost need
launch
to make
on
the
your command, Captain.
Horngrasses specific split.
Launch in 10, 9,
Oh, that radio message would be the sunbeam.
7,
Chances are now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When you get in the chair, it always advances time.
Time capsule jettisoned.
So it would have jumped forward to a point where the sunbeam message was received. You missed a whole 100% creative, you did indeed. A glitchless one at that.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris field.
So it's probably about 15 to 20 minutes
Orbital
wasted
debris field clear.
getting lost and forgetting about
Performing
things.
gravity
So
turn maneuver.
sub 2, definitely possible. Maybe we'll try again tomorrow morning or something.
Confirm destination
I thought I
coordinates.
turned follow alerts off.
Nearest interstellar phase gate.
Must not have saved it.
Engaging ion boosters in 3,
But thanks for the follow.
1.
IT Tizadu. How am I supposed to pronounce that? Yeah, we get to watch the credits.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
Welcome home to Alterra. Permission to land will be granted once you have settled your outstanding balance of 1 trillion credits.